They say all myths are born from truth. But what if one myth, the story of Atlantis, wasn't a story at all? What if it was a memory, a warning left behind by a civilization so advanced its science bordered on the divine? The legend begins with the philosopher Plato, over 2,000 years ago. He spoke of an island beyond the Pillars of Hercules, vast, beautiful, and rich beyond imagination. Its people harnessed the powers of the earth and sea. They built shining cities of crystal and stone. And then, in a single day and night, Atlantis vanished beneath the waves. For centuries we dismissed it as allegory, a tale of pride and downfall. But what if the truth runs deeper, buried under miles of ocean and thousands of years of forgotten history? Across the world, ruins tell a strange, repeating story. Ancient cities submerged beneath coral and sand, in Japan, India, and the Caribbean, each sharing uncanny architectural patterns. Massive blocks cut with surgical precision, walls aligned to celestial constellations, and remnants of technology that shouldn't exist in the ancient world. Could these be fragments of Atlantis, or echoes of a civilization that mastered forces we can barely comprehend? Some researchers believe the Atlanteans possessed a forbidden science, one not based on combustion or electricity, but on resonance, vibration, and geometry. They say Atlantis thrived on the power of the earth itself, drawing energy from magnetic fields, crystal harmonics, and sound frequencies that could move stone and heal the body. Imagine a world where temples were not places of worship but machines of energy, where pyramids hummed with low frequencies, creating invisible currents across oceans, where the very air pulsed with power. In 1929, a strange discovery hinted at this lost knowledge: the Piri race map. Drawn on gazelle skin by an Ottoman admiral, it accurately depicted Antarctica, centuries before it was officially discovered, and without ice. How could a 16th century mapmaker know the continent's true shape? Some claim he copied it from much older charts, survivors of Atlantis who once mapped the world when the poles were warm and the stars different. But the real key may lie beneath the waves, in the Bahamas. Divers exploring the Bimini Islands stumbled upon rows of massive limestone blocks stretching for hundreds of meters, forming what's now known as the Bimini Road. They lie at a depth where no ancient people should have built, yet the stones are cut, shaped, and aligned perfectly east to west. Edgar Cayce, the so-called sleeping prophet, predicted in 1938 that remnants of Atlantis would rise near Bimini by 1968. That was the very year they were found. Coincidence or prophecy fulfilled? Scientists call it natural. Others aren't so sure, because not far from there, under the shallow Caribbean Sea, sonar scans reveal structures that resemble pyramids, smooth, geometric, and symmetrical. If these are man-made, they could rewrite human history. Across the Atlantic in Egypt, something strange appears again, technology that seems to belong to another age. Hieroglyphs show bulbs, wires, and what appear to be generators. In Dendera Temple, the carvings depict what many call the Dendera light, a large glass-like bulb emitting rays, connected to a cable and a base shaped like a coil. Mainstream archaeology calls it symbolism, but to others, it's evidence, proof that ancient priests understood electricity. And what if that knowledge didn't begin in Egypt, but was inherited from a lost empire that sank into the sea? Legends across the world echo the same catastrophe. The Aztecs spoke of Aztlan, a shining island destroyed by floods. The Sumerians told of Eridu, the city of the gods, swallowed by the deep. The Greeks, Hindus, and Egyptians all described a golden age ending with water and fire. Different continents, same story. Were these civilizations fragments of Atlantis, survivors spreading across the earth, carrying shards of their forbidden science? Modern geologists now confirm that around 12,000 years ago, at the end of the last ice age, global sea levels rose dramatically, by almost 400 feet. Massive floods swept across continents, reshaping the world. At that same time, mysterious structures appeared almost overnight. Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, perfectly aligned stone circles in Britain, and astronomical temples in Peru. Could Could these have been built by the descendants of Atlantis, those who still remembered the old ways, the science of energy and resonance? Some believe the Atlanteans mastered crystal technology, that enormous quartz pillars drew energy from the Earth's core and transmitted it wirelessly, much like Tesla's dream of free energy. Ancient texts speak of firestones that powered their cities and crystal domes that controlled weather. It sounds like myth, until we realize that quartz can indeed generate power when vibrated. In our time, it runs watches, radios, and lasers. Imagine what an entire civilization could do if it learned to amplify that force. But the line between knowledge and hubris is thin. Plato's story ends in catastrophe. The Atlanteans, he said, grew proud. They sought to control the world, to use their power not for balance but for domination. The earth rebelled, the seas rose, the city fell. In that one day and night, Atlantis disappeared, taking with it a science so powerful it could alter the very fabric of nature. And maybe that's why it was forbidden. In 2021, satellite scans near the Azores detected strange circular formations beneath the sea, almost identical in layout to Plato's description, concentric rings of land and water, perfectly geometric. No expedition has yet confirmed it, but curiosity grows. Each year, the ocean reveals another secret. A wall, a road, a city that shouldn't exist. Could Atlantis be waiting, not just as a ruin, but as a mirror? A reminder of what happens when science forgets its soul. Perhaps that's why its memory lingers in every culture, not as a fantasy, but as a warning. Humanity, it seems, keeps rediscovering the same truths. The power of the earth, the pulse of energy, the unity between science and spirit. But every time we reach too far, the cycle resets, the flood returns, the knowledge is buried again. So maybe Atlantis was not just a place, but a pattern, a story that repeats, a civilization that rose higher than any before, and fell faster than we can imagine. The ocean still whispers its name. In the deep, the stones still hum with power, and somewhere beneath the waves, the forbidden science of Atlantis waits, silent, glowing, eternal, for the moment we are wise enough to find it again.